In this quick video, I want to show new players how to get their hands on a very easily missed magic greatsword from the tutorial. There are plenty of ways to cheese this item, but I want to show you that it's possible for a brand new player to attain without jumping through hoops and without exploiting anything. So you wake up on the ship with the pressing need to reach the helm, and obviously you're going to take your time exploring and looting the ship before you reach this final sequence where Captain Squidward here tells you to ignore the baddies and focus on skipping town. The game insists you should leave ASAP, but with a little bit of luck and barely any planning, you can kill the Commander Devil, get his Everburn blade, and get the hell out of here before crashing or being overwhelmed. There are a couple items that your ass no doubt already lifted by now. Just in case, be sure to grab any alien artifacts like grenades or firebombs, but most importantly, at this first encounter with the imps, loot this dead mind flayer, get this potion of speed. This basically allows us to fuck up the encounter and be suboptimal and still get out fast anyway. So as we advance, we'll come upon the central control room with Shadowheart locked over there in a cage. It isn't totally necessary to free her here, but she's pretty useful. So if you want to free her, you'll need this key from the dead guy up ahead, unlocking a nearby chest holding the rune that operates her control console that keeps her locked up. Pop that sucker in and you'll have an extra party member for the encounter.
Washes over you.
In the next room, the encounter begins. Like I said, instead of running past, we're going to kill this commander and lift his shit.
We need to get out of here now.
First thing we're going to do is use a bonus action to dip our weapon into this fire for some spicy extra damage. This fodder isn't a real threat, but we could thin them out on the way to the commander, no big deal. We want Shadowheart in range to cast some spells, so we're going to use her dash action to get her up there fast.
Fury, I am death.
Azel's going to take out this imp on the way up. I guess she just can't help herself, right? Who can blame her? This alchemist firebomb explodes in a radius, so we want to throw it behind the commander here. Right about there. Alright, so we inflict some burning, and that's one of our first debuffs. We're going to stack up to help melt this guy. Shadowheart's guiding bolt can do pretty big damage and give us an advantage on our next hit if it lands. We get pretty lucky here landing it right off the bat. I decided to take some pot shots on the way up, but feel free to dash if you want to get into melee range faster. That's okay. We're going to use one of those alien grenades we found to inflict bleed and try to guarantee a little bit of damage. This shit all adds up. I get lucky with the flourish here, which keeps him off balance for a round. Pretty lucky that we landed that. It'll make it easier to do damage coming up. And that's most of it. We're going to kind of fast forward through the rest of this fight. We just want to use a couple of items that we found to give us an advantage and rush him down as fast as we can. Just don't forget to use your class abilities and weapon skills. Most of the weapon skills apply a debuff as well as do damage. Rogue here has a sneak attack that we could use on engaged targets, which give us advantage. Lets us take a higher of 2 rolls. Makes it way easier to hurt them. Just make sure we're using our abilities and stuff, guys. It's really easy. Nice, so we get some big crits, kill the commander. Here's that Everburn blade, enchanted magic greatsword, a really good starter item for any martial class using two-handed weapons. It also sells for a bunch, and killing the guy gives us a bunch of XP too. So this is basically a best case scenario run. We are in and out. We don't really even need this potion of speed, but I want to show you another clip where I did not get as many crits. I missed a whole bunch of spells. We really needed this potion of speed. I want to show you guys that even if you fuck up big time, you can still make it out. So this is another attempt I did on a barbarian. Things did not go well. I'm hitting my teammates with firebombs. We're missing all of our attacks. Shadowheart's doing a little bit of damage with her cantrip, but I'm not playing optimally. I'm using spell slots on like healing, for example. So even though we're missing our attacks and kind of fucking things up, we throw the alien grenade. That guarantees us a little bit of bleed damage that stacks up over a couple of rounds. So of course we pop Rage on a Barbarian and miss our first attack. Gotta love that. But even if we're missing a lot of attacks, we're still slowly whittling him down. He's taking a little bit of bleed damage. Shadowheart's over there throwing firecrackers left and right, tickling him just enough. Lae'zel comes in here clutch with a couple of crits, which I expect is due to the karmic dice system. My understanding is it alters the dice chances, so instead of being truly random, they're slightly more curated. For example, you don't fail 5 times in a row. So because we're missing, and missing, the karmic dice lets us get some hits in anyway. But this was really close. As you can see, after a few rounds, some Cambion reinforcements show up, and this is why we grabbed the speed potion. Lucky for us, they missed a couple of their attacks. We're able to kill the commander, surrounded by enemies, and we're gonna make it out though.
Hurry before they strike.
So this potion of speed plus a dash action gives every character, I think, enough speed and distance to go from the commander's corpse to the command console, initiating the cutscene all in one turn.
Alien transponder. You've made it in time.
Like I said earlier, there are tons of ways to cheese this and do it really easy. I feel like if you just take your time looting a couple things and knowing that you could even kill this guy, you could get this great sword. Don't miss this easy item. If you guys have any easier ways to do this, some cheesy strats that maybe not anyone else knows about, please leave a comment. Let me know what I could have done better. And thanks for watching.